Hi, I'm often pretending that I'm about to buy my next camera. It's a lot of fun and I enjoy thinking about the D5 and at times the D6 pops back into my mind. And of course the Z9, since I borrowed it from Nikon, had a lot of fun with that. And the Z8 and the Z7 and the D4S and the D3S for that matter. And like, you know, it goes on and on and on, doesn't it? And that's only Nikon, you know. I always find myself playing with this DSLR versus mirrorless idea in my mind. And I just wanted to share my thoughts really, because I think that when you're buying a new camera, this is one of the biggest decisions, isn't it? And it is a big decision, because to go mirrorless for me, it would mean upgrading everything. I know I've harped on about this before in past videos, but I would really have to, well, if I went for the Z9, for example, or Z8, because of the file sizes, I would have to be thinking along the lines of new laptop, taking into consideration the cost of the memory cards, because they're a lot more expensive than the compact flash cards I use in my D3, and basically going on that whole entire upgrade and learning curve, which it starts to move from buying a new camera to quite a huge investment. So that's one of the reasons I of course come back to DSLRs, but it's not the only reason. There's something about the DSLR that is just, I don't know why Mrs. Doubtfire keeps coming into my mind, but it is. It's like, you know, when you watch a movie like Mrs. Doubtfire and there's that beautiful kind of authentic looking, slightly grainy, even though the D3 at 1000 ISO is noiseless anyway, but you know, there's that charm, there's a charm, and I'm not sure if that charm may have been lost. But on the other hand, I think you can then use various filters to get some of that oldie worldy, nice, warm feeling back. So it's funny because I always think of like DSLR versus mirrorless as the difference between watching Mrs. Doubtfire and watching the latest high definition, really crisp movie that you could watch on a huge screen and lose no detail at all. But when I come back to the Z9 diaries, when I compared the D3 with the Z9, the results were often so similar that then I come back to, okay, if the photography that I'm achieving with the D3 is impeccable, which it still is, it's still holding its own, the D3, why is it I keep getting drawn to mirrorless? And I think for me it is, like, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's the no focusing issues thing, which I've been told that you wouldn't get any focusing issues with a mirrorless camera that you do with a DSLR. That like slightly inconsistent focusing sometimes, where you have to go and get it calibrated or calibrate it yourself. Sorry, just sorting my hair out. Recalibrate the camera to your lens again. That's annoying. I don't really want to have to worry about that, especially because the place that calibrates it is quite a drive away and I don't really like doing it myself. So there's that. And there's also the fact that the mirrorless, there is an option to have it silent. So if you're doing wildlife photography, it would be great for that. It is great for that. So once I explore the pros and cons of mirrorless in my mind and what that could bring to me in terms of really going on a job and feeling like I've got 110% trust in my kit, and that I'm not going to disturb the moment if I'm on a spiritual retreat and everybody's meditating and then I come along with my D3 and it's like clunk 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 clunk. As much as I love the sound, I miss moments because I don't want to disturb that peace in that situation. So, but once I kind of go through all of that, I have to bring myself back to like the now, obviously, and what's feasible now. But also just to remind myself that the camera is, at the end of the day, a tool to allow myself to express myself and create art. Just like a paintbrush, it's just it's the only thing between me and what's my vision and my soul and my craft, my art, that flow, that energy, that creative thing in me that wants to be expressed, and the subject and what I'm bringing to life, what I'm capturing, what I'm creating, what I'm lighting up, what I'm telling the story of. So the camera is just the vehicle to make that happen. So I bring myself back to not getting too caught up with the kit. You guys know me, I never have done. I bought the D3 after using John Bigglestone's once at a motorbike race. I was like, love this camera, gonna get it instead of central heating, job done. Never really overthink it too much. And I did a lot of research when I bought my Sigma lens because I wanted to get the right one, and I am in the frame of mind of looking into this and wanting to get it right. But I really think there's a danger of overthinking it, because as I say, photography is your expression, your way of communicating with the world. Anybody could look at a subject. Is my nose really red because it's really freezing on this boat? You know, you could have 10 photographers looking at one subject matter and they'll all capture it differently. And so it's your own personal experience that wants to materialize. And I think it's important to just remember that. And, you know, when you buy a new camera, don't go regretting, oh, I should have got the other one. Just look at what's in front of you. Just look at the light. Just look at the subject longer than you're looking at your camera, because that's what it's about. It's about the subject and your connection to the subject and how you're going to bring that to life and what story you're going to tell from which angle. That's the beauty of photography. It makes you see more, feel more. I must say, as much as it is freezing cold on this boat, I'm really loving this space for vlogging. I thought it would lend itself beautifully. I really went for it. I totally overspent on this kitchen when I renovated it, but I wanted that high key white, lovely, look at the light bouncing around and filling in some shadows there from the white worktop. I wanted the white worktop and the white ceiling so that the light would come in and bounce around and give more of a spacious, light, nice, bright feeling. And I think that for vlogging it's amazing. So I'm gonna really enjoy being back here on the boat more often, and I'm coming up with a little system where I am going to do this in the day, vlog in the day on the boat, be here, feel that headspace and the calm of being on the water, and then I'm going to go home and I'm going to be editing the videos through the night, because at night it's super quiet, there's no disturbances, nothing too crazy going on. You can really get in the zone, because the editing of the videos is a very creative experience as well, and I think it's really good if you can tap into that when you know, when you get in the zone when you're painting a picture or something. You can get into that zone when you're editing a video, and it can really make you think of things that to throw in there to break the video up and make it more exciting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to creating some real fun, vibrant videos. So I would love your feedback, would love to hear from you, and thank you very much for being on my channel and all of the support. It really means a lot. So grateful for the peace in this boat. So grateful for the peace. So peaceful. I think I just need to make it feel like mine again, because the people that I lent the boat to, they've left a few bits of furniture on the boat, which is like quite handy really. I'm kind of going with the flow, but I need to put my mark back on this boat. And look what I did with that kitchen. Amazing, right? White granite. Amazing. Stay tuned, there's so much going on, there's so much. And I'm really hoping to start a podcast so that I can bring people on the channel and we can talk about photography and life. I really want this channel to be, it's going to be held in this container of photography, because that's what the channel's about. It's about photography, but I want it to include life, you know, the ups and downs of life, how we cope with the stress, and other projects and other creative pursuits that support photography and photography support, and the crossovers in art and writing, and bringing art and photography and words and stories all together in this beautiful creative space. And I would really love other people to enjoy sharing in this space. So I hope that this is what the podcast's going to bring. A lovely, relaxed, very chilled out kind of space for people to find themselves, their creativity, put their name out there, get, you know, maybe just step out of their comfort zone to come on a podcast and talk live, or be recorded and know that it's going to go on the channel. All of that, it's a stretch. It will be a stretch for people that come on sometimes, and it will be sometimes out of my comfort zone, but it will be a place of friendship and support and creativity. So stay tuned, it's all coming soon. Bye.